is a sentencing hearing, a resentencing hearing that is trying to have the judge determine whether or not the Menendez brothers should go for a sentence of life without the possibility of parole to one with the possibility of parole. And even if, by the way, the judge makes that call, the next step is to the parole board. And even if the parole board says the Menendezes should be granted parole, the final step goes to the governor of the state of California, Gavin Newsom, who either can agree with that grant of parole if it's so done, or actually reverse it at that particular point. The hallmark of allowing that to happen is whether or not a defendant has been fully rehabilitated and no longer constitutes a risk of danger to society. We have actually argued in court that to be fully rehabilitated, you have to completely come clean with the entire breadth of your criminal conduct. And in the Menendez case, it's not just the fact that they brutally shotgunned their parents 13 times, staging it to look like a mafia hit, but then they told a whole bunch of additional lies. A self-defense lie, that the reason that they shot their parents was not because of sexual abuse, but because they actually believed their parents were going to shoot them the night of August 20th, 1989. These lies have been perpetrated for over 30 years. They've been perpetrated through the 2024 Netflix documentary, when they actually said and continue these self-defense lies to this day. So we have said, look, if they want to finally come clean, unequivocally, sincerely, with the full range of their criminal conduct, lies, and cover-up, at that point, they will have the appropriate insight into their actions to then qualify for both rehabilitation and resentencing. But we're not at that point. We're far from that point, unfortunately. And so we are opposing the resentencing at this time. So I had an over 3-hour meeting with all the Menendez family members and basically said, please tell me everything you'd like to convey to me. No limits. And they did. Each and every one who wanted to speak was encouraged to speak and did speak to me. I'm the first DA in 35 years who spent that type of time with the Menendez family, encouraging them to tell me everything that's on their mind. Again, they want the Menendez brothers out. I totally understand that. But my job is to make sure that the facts of the law go in front of the judge. The judge understands that, look, if someone doesn't come completely clean with all their criminal conduct after 30 years of thinking about it, are we willing to trust that they'll go ahead and not reoffend? This case has encouraged a whole lot of people who never cared anything about the criminal justice system to go ahead and actually pay attention, to ask the tough questions, to try and figure it out, to look at the evidence, to look at the law. And to the extent that this case acts as a portal for people to get involved in the criminal justice system, then it's actually served a larger purpose.